let's go.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stocks crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Now boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
It's been a while since I dropped this shit. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah.
Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, yeah. You know we don't play guys. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas ain't using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah, they're controlling the youth. Agenda abusing them, nigga. We losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them. That's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with a Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got it at. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beer, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang.
He's heating up.
With that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang. West Coast with that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang. West Coast with that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang. West Coast with that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys, yeah.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Go to the fucking gym.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
How dare you!
Bye.
Your fat phobia?
No! No!
People are suffering. People are dying.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia? It's your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
I am the danger.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testing, testing. Test, test, test. Testing, testing. Testicles, testing, testicles, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2350 dose of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flex, and on all you beaches.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome to FEF. Happy Friday, and it is time to get into today's episode. We have a packed show, but we also are going to be heading over into overtime right towards the end of today's episode. So if you're not yet a member, join the fam today, swolenormousx.com. And right at the end of today's live stream, we got bonus content in our overtime segment, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be fucking awesome. So you still have time to join over there at swolenormousx.com and get in on the private Telegram chat and Swole TV so you don't miss a single moment of today's overtime going live right after today's episode. Now, let us summon the Falcon. Let's bust this nut wide open. Everyone hit the like button right now. Take a moment, hit that thumbs up wherever you're watching, especially on YouTube. And of course, subscribe to the show, share the live stream, share it right now with your family and friends, people that need some fucking knowledge cock in their lives. Indeed, indeed. And we will get today's party started right now. Let's summon as a Falcon. Oh, voice of an angel. Nailed it. I present to you an amazing FEF, an amazing card. Thank you, Falca. Thank you so much. Hashtag FEF. Today, fam, reminder, today is a day in which we delete, we unfriend, we unfollow, we block out all the noise. And if you have not yet done so, you should be doing this every single day. Every single day is an opportunity for you to tighten up your circle. I mean, we have the 7 pillars. Pillar number 1 is community. Every single Friday, it's just another big sack on your chin. It's just another reminder that you need to go through your contacts, go through your podcasts, go through people that you're keeping in your life. And this is one of the things that's really important because you can control your environment. You might be living at a family's place. You might still be living with your parents. You might still be at a job that you fucking hate and you can't stand the people around you. But that's why brain gains is so important. That's why the Daily Swole and the Swole fam are so important. You need to make sure that you're blocking out all that shit and you're focusing on the things that are going to be moving you forward. So, of course, hashtag 7 pillars and fuck all the bullshit. Hashtag FEF, and it stands for Fuck 'em Friday. So knock out all that bullshit. I don't care if you're related to them. I don't care if they share the same DNA. If they're pieces of shit, they're pieces of shit. And you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. So just because you're related doesn't mean that you should sacrifice yourself and put up with negativity. So cut out the nonsense, cut out the noise. Hashtag FEF. Drop that in the comments down below. Let's go to America for sure. Fuck yeah! All right, fam, it is time to get into. It's time to get into the first Swole fam post. Let's spit on it and get into that tip. Happy FEF, everyone. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, let's jump right into the first Swole fam post. Today, we got one from, we'll kick it off with Christian today.
What's in the box?
Christian says, 4 a.m. sweat session, spin class, and yoga. Best way to begin the day. Have a great one, fam, and our smiling Christian. Aw, very nice. Aww. Nice tank. Stay chill. Stay chill. Chill out. Good to see. Good to see. Swole fam's getting their fucking pump on. All right, we got one here from Jeff. Stuck at home from work with strep throat. Decided not to be a beesh on the couch and get in a midday lift. Hashtag dick draft. Hashtag home gym. Let's fucking go.
Yow. Yow.
I love them. I love a good home gym. Love a good home gym. Nothing like it. Nice setup too. Nice setup too. Got the power blocks, got the cables. Very nice. One from our Swole fam discussion board, not discussion board, from the Discord, Swole fam Discord. Boston Gym. Hi, this Papa Swolio guy keeps yelling at me on Instagram to go to the fucking gym. Indeed I do. So here I am. Former college athlete that got fat, can't take it anymore. Jim, 40 years old, from Boston. Welcome to the fam. Fuck yeah! Welcome from Boston. Anyone else from Boston? Boston, Mass. Yeah. Yow. Yow. Boston, Mass. All right, we got one from the Swole fam discussion boards under pillar number 1, community. Very fitting for FEF Day. This was from Kristen. And Kristen writes, thanks to the 7 pillars, I have been successful at getting a good friend back to the fucking gym, doing yoga and eating better, and another friend to put down the booze and to start an elimination diet. And for the grandfather of Matt Damon questions, because you said it, I got to hit it.
Matt Damon.
What do you do with the Swole cards if/when you get them? I'm a newbie and I've been trying to figure this out. But my thyroid. Oh, but my thyroid. Oh, your thyroid. Oh.
Matt Damon.
What do you do with the Swole cards? Well, some members, actually, you could drop in the comments what you do with them. Some people put them in those little 3x5 frames. You can get them cheap on Amazon, like a little black frame. Some people just slap them on in their car, on a mirror. Some people like to frame them. Some people just like to slap them on a wall. You can tape them to the wall. You can get a little glue tape or glue stick and just put them on your wall. Really, whatever you want. So it's up to you. It's your card. You get sent them. So it's really up to you. So everyone can drop in the comments down below what you do with your Swole cards. And we do have a bunch more that need to go out. Signature series cards will still be going out soon. Everyone's gotten their gear, so now they'll be sent out. So we have a bunch of stuff that's, we talked about that in a recent accountability meeting. We had to get some more envelopes and things like that in. We got one here from Steph. Hey fam, long time no see. I've been slacking. No excuses. I have been completely out of the loop. I haven't even watched Papa in quite a while. What the
That's fucking bullshit.
What? You know what?
Go fuck yourself.
All right. Against all instincts, I'm going to continue reading your post, Steph. I haven't even watched Papa in quite a while. God fucking. I'm not going to sit here and try to explain myself or give reasons why. That's not going to do anything for anyone. I've been a weak biatch with nobody to blame but myself. I'm just here to make a right step back in with some accountability. The only reason I haven't gone backwards is because I do go to the gym here and there, and I do try to eat somewhat healthy still. Somewhat healthy. It's proof that even half-assed efforts are worth it, but fuck average. I didn't join just to maintain. I'll get there someday, but I'm not anywhere near that yet. So here's my confession. I've been a tainty magooch, and for that, I am sorry. As a member of the Swole fam, I am better than that. I want to get back to making gains and crushing it. Thank you for listening. I haven't been present, but I still love y'all. And we love you too, Steph. Welcome back. Hey, it's time to reignite that fire. Light that fire under your taint. No more tainty magooch. Let's drop some biceps and gorillas for Steph. We got your back. We got your back. We got your back. Let's
Boom
fucking
shakalaka!
go.
He's on fire!
Let's fucking get Steph back into the game. And look, that's the best way to do it, is to post up, call yourself out on your bullshit, and let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. All right, we'll take some questions. You can start dropping them in the comments below. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio. Before we do, in the show notes down below, and of course over there at papaswolio.com, let's talk about this new apparel. Another reminder, now is the time to get those orders in because, of course, it's October, but there are a lot of shipping delays. I don't know if a lot of you have been experiencing this. I certainly have because I order a lot of stuff. First world problems, but at the same time, there's a lot of limitations when it comes to availability, repairs for trucks, gas prices going up. Shipping can be a little bit backed up. Doesn't mean you're not going to get it. It just means, depending on where you live, it might be delayed. So if you want to get your holiday gear or gifts for anyone, now's the time to order. Check out papaswolio.com. Use code DailySwole for 10% off. We got the Go to the Fucking Gym apparel. We got that new launch. It's fucking awesome. Perhaps even the best, one of my favorite designs ever is Depth Vader. This is fucking awesome. Come to the Swole side of the Force and make some gains with the Dark Lord. Fucking awesome. And of course, we have Swoler Things. We got the outline and we have the filled in Swoler Things, 2 amazing styles. We have the brand new Vegan Tears mug, as well as made with 100% vegan tears for the apparel. And if you notice, if you zoom in on the tears, you got little beard logos as the reflection on the tears. So the attention to detail makes this design super awesome and sets it off. So check out the Vegan Tears, check out Swoleopoly, the greatest game never made, the game of gains. And we have a lot more designs, but those are the ones that are like the latest, newest drops. So go check those out at papaswolio.com. Links down below. And don't forget to use code DailySwole for 10% off. Definitely get that 10% off, motherfuckers. All right. Let's take a live question. We'll take one first from Shannon Wozniak. Papa Swole, I'm considering getting a rowing machine for my home gym. Curious on thoughts. If you like to row, go for it. I don't have a rowing machine. I don't really have any plans or interest in getting one, but, yeah, if you want to do that. I just don't like repetitive movements like that. The same thing over and over and over again in a hip flex position. I just would rather do kettlebell work. I would rather do sled work. I would rather do mace or club work. That's just my preference. So my thoughts on it, it's good for those movements. Yeah. It depends on do you have outdoors or are you in like an apartment or something like that? I would think a rowing machine, honestly, if you don't have the same access to the outdoors, it could be something for a smaller space, jump roping, things like that are great for small spaces. A lot of rowing machines you can pick up and put in the corner. I have nothing against rowing machines. I just don't really have any affinity towards them over other selections of activity. But it could be something good that you use just for a little bit of a warm up type of thing. So there's nothing wrong with it. But things like cycling and rowing is just a very repetitive movement that usually compounds some other type of impairment, like tightness in the hips or rounded. Like cycling, you're in constant hip flex position. You're rounded. You're putting pressure on your taint and your prostate and shit. And you're all rounded in your upper back. It's just terrible posture. It doesn't mean it's not challenging, but you have to be complementing that hardcore in terms of mobility. Frank, Papa Swolio, Purple Planet or local gym with older equipment, but they have a sauna and a pool. So the local gym has older equipment, but they have a sauna and a pool. I would go the local gym with older equipment and a sauna and a pool. Personally, I would choose any gym over the Purple Planet. One, older equipment, what does that mean, right? Older equipment, weights are weights. Weights are weights. Well, you can have an older barbell. Well, at least you can put on extra weight, maybe drop the weights, right? And do some deadlifts or some shit. So I don't know what older equipment means. Sometimes older equipment, when it comes to even machines, sometimes older equipment is actually better in some cases. It depends on how it's designed. It might actually fit you better, your body type. Are they plate loaded? Are they cables? Are they all rusty and really falling apart? Plus, you're supporting a local gym rather than this bullshit chain that, their business model is signing people up to a gym that will never use it. Purple Planet is literally, it's like a woke gym. That's really, it's the woke aspect of the fitness industry. It doesn't mean you can't go make gains there. It doesn't mean it's not a good price and you can get access to equipment. If that's all that you have or can afford or whatever, fine. I'm not saying you're a terrible person for going there. I just hate the fucking mindset behind it. The business model is, hey, let's sign people up that never go. Let's give them bagels and pizza and just make money off having 10,000 members or 20,000 members at $10 a month that never go. And the reason why they're successful and the reason why they don't get overcrowded is because the type of people that go to the gym consistently usually don't go to Planet Fitness. So they'll sign up people that are lazy, that never actually do anything, that go in cardio machines a couple times, and it's too cheap. It's so inexpensive that you probably have to go into the gym to cancel it. So it's just inconvenient enough that people just pay the $10 a month and think, oh, well, I'll go someday. Oh, it's such a good price. I may as well just keep it. I'll go eventually. And they never actually go. So by having the lunk alarm, by having weights that don't go over X amount of pounds, like dumbbells that don't go over 50 or whatever it is, and not having a free squat machine, you can only have a Smith. By having those types of equipment, most people that go to the gym consistently are going to want to opt for a place that has more options. Doesn't mean you can't make gains there. Doesn't mean it might not be the best option for some of you, but fuck that place. Grizzly, how'd you come up with the name Daily Swole? How do I come up with Depth Vader and Gabraham Lincoln and Swolcrates, and how would I come up with it? It's not like I'm sitting there like, breaking it down. That's had a great idea. It's a common thing for news stuff, right? Daily Mail or Daily News. There's a lot of things that daily, and plus it's a daily podcast. So Swolenormous, Daily Swole, pretty easy pull. All right, let's see. Brenda Papasolio, please explain Common Papa W to the newbies. And to me, I missed it on the merch store and shopping while I listen. Well, if you're not on TikTok, you're probably not going to get it. It's a common, oftentimes when you're using social media a lot, there'll be certain meme type comments where, for example, you post a video, a lot of trolls or like little children, and people go first, and you'll see a lot of first, and people want to have the first comment, so they'll just say first. I have a shirt that just says first on it. Sometimes I'll do that so you kind of troll your own comments. And then if you have a good video or something, you ever probably heard the term based. So if someone is speaking facts in their video, you'll say facts, or they'll say 100%, or they'll drop a fax machine. And, so people will say based, which just means like, on point or like agree or facts. And then Common Papa W just means win. So if someone has a video that they don't agree with, people just say L, or like rare L or common L. So it's kind of like a trendy meme type comment to drop on TikTok videos in particular. So I'm just kind of trolling the chat. This is very meta. I have a shirt that kind of interacts and engages with the comments, even though I'm not. So it's just kind of like a Inception type shirt. Just having fun. Not to mention it's fucking true. Let's go. Common Papa. That was another Common Papa. I don't expect that shirt to be a big seller. It's more for me, but if someone wants to buy it, why not give them the opportunity? Maddie Papasoli, can you talk about squat depth? I'm working on my ankle mobility to help me get lower. I feel like my squats are pointless when I can only get parallel, not lower. I just need encouragement. Well, you need mobility. So encouragement's going to be cool. It's like giving you compliments, for example, isn't going to help your squat depth. So you have to figure out what is locking you up. You're working on ankle mobility. So anterior tib work on your soleus, work on stretching your calves and your Achilles tendon. Yoga helps tremendously, but make sure you're crushing anterior tibialis work. Get a tib bar or make sure you're doing like the toe lifts against a wall. Very important. Also strengthen your hip flexors, using a monkey foot or tying a dumbbell or using a band, doing a reverse squat, using a kettlebell, using an ankle weight, standing hip flexor to strengthen your hip flexors if you're pulling yourself forward more. Thoracic extension is very important, but also you can just elevate your heels. This is the reason why people use squat shoes, because they have more surface contact than just barefoot, and also they elevate the heel, which allows you to stay more upright in a squat. And squats really should be more of an upright. I really bias towards the Tom Platz approach that you shouldn't be doing low bar, ass backwards. Squats should be primarily for the quads. And this is a reason why a lot of people can squat a lot, but they don't have big legs. They're not really getting enough knee flexion, and they don't have enough ankle dorsiflexion, so they can't really stay upright in a squat position. So you can elevate your heels on like a 2x4 or like a couple 10 or 25 pound plates in the meantime. You could also practice your yogi squats, but also I would practice mobility for your adductors. A lot of times people have limitations with their depth because their adductors, the inner thigh, those muscles, the adductor magnus and adductor longus and brevis, those muscles of your groin are tight. So you can do those. I think I have some, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that in the hip masterclass with the bench? Or do I have that in one of the Papa Swolio leg workouts? Do I have that in one of Papa Swolio's featured pump with the doing the adductor work on a flat bench? Maybe one of you knows. We put out so much content, I forget where it is, but there's some content there. Tyler, when making designs for merch, do you have to ask permission to use the company's name, EX Swolopoly, or do you not give a shit and use it? I definitely don't give a shit and I use it. Better to ask for forgiveness and permission, but a lot of times that stuff's not copyright, because if you change it enough, it's not copyright. So, I mean, a lot of times that stuff is it's just a meme. Obviously, you're doing a play on stuff, and you could sue you could sue someone for anything, but if you change it even subtly, it's no longer a proprietary. Not to mention if you're, this is a shirt, for example, rather than it's not a board game, so it's in a different avenue and it's significantly changed. There's no grounds for that kind of stuff. I mean, anything's like a gray area, but for example, sometimes the company or the print to order might flag. Like we got flagged once for only Swole because the coloring, the blue was too similar, so we just tweaked it and it's fine. We had some issues with the original Fuck Your Pink Drink and Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice because it was a little bit too similar to the original Starbucks logo. And sometimes companies, it's not like Starbucks is like, hey, cease and desist. It could be the print company. They don't want liability. So they're just like, it's too close. It got flagged by our AI. And we're just like, no, we're just not going to print it. It's just their call because they might be liable. Like, hey, they printed it. So they just kind of avoid it. Like, we don't want to chance it. But no, most of the stuff is totally fine. I mean, people meme this kind of stuff everywhere. I'm not the only one. I just make the best. We just make the best apparel. So, let's see. Heidi, Papa Swole, my ass is flat as fuck. All right, let's get into this. Is there a specific exercise I can do to build something that's actually spankable? I see what you're saying. I've been doing squats, no results yet. Thanks for the knowledge, Papa. A lot of people might disagree, but squats really aren't for your ass. I mean, if you do heavy squats and you really crush squats properly, your butt shouldn't be sore. I mean, squats really should be done more for quads. So you can do hip bridges, you can do kettlebell swings, you can do single leg bridges. RDLs are going to be better for glutes in many cases. You just want to do more posterior chain exercises. You could also do 45-degree the hyperextensions with a rounded back, which is great for glutes. But I would focus on more on heavy hip bridges, isolating the glutes more, focusing on that. You could do with bands, you could do with a barbell. Hyperextension with a rounded back, toes out to the side. Really great for focusing on the glutes. You could also do band resisted in that sense. But things like hip thrusts, kettlebell swings are much, much more effective for glute development, in my experience. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to get some glute activation from squats, but that's not going to be the... So whenever you're doing an exercise, especially a compound exercise, you want to bring up your weakest link in order to get the most out of the exercise. But the glutes are such an extremely dense and strong muscle group. It's very hard to overload them in a compound exercise. Usually the limiting factor is going to be your quads, right? It's going to be your quads. Or your lower back. Those will be the weakest aspects that will limit you from getting up out of the hole and completing a repetition. It's not so much that your glutes are fried. Notice most of the time after you're doing a set for squats, all these little Instagram chode girls that say, oh, squats for booty, like their squat form is terrible. They're not really activating their glutes. They just have genetics that give them a nice butt. They're not getting glute activation from that at all. Plus they have an excessive lordotic curve. They're arching their back and calling it an ass. So, or they're wearing Lululemon or yoga pants that are like shoving all their fucking subcutaneous fat into one area so that they look good, but when they take it off, there's not much to look at. So you want to make sure that you're focusing on the glutes, isolation like that. So I would do heavy hip thrusts, crush those. Doesn't mean that you're not also working. Grizzly, where do you see the Daily Swole in about 20 years? Take 20, multiply by 365, and add that number to 2,352. That's where I see it. I don't think like that. I don't think like, hey, I see it going here and I'm going to be doing like this. I will be doing the podcast exactly the way it looks. I don't even bother worrying about that. So 20 years times 365 and then add that number to 2,352. Someone do the math. What episode would that be in 20 years? That's where it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to look like. Could be an accountability meeting on that day. Who knows? Actually, technically, I guess it wouldn't be if it's whatever. Will, what are some exercises I can do to start mobility training? Yoga, or check out the masterclass section, the hip, ankle, and knee mobility masterclass section, or shoulder awareness program in the program vault. And also the glute awareness program in the program vault. All are great for activation and isolation. All right, let's get into a phone call. This one's from Name or Namey. It's with 2 E's, name with 2 E's. You're on the Daily Swole.
Go to the fucking gym.
Was that you said go to the fucking gym? Well, thanks for mumbling with your question.
Matt Damon.
All right, let's take another call. This one's from Kobe. That was a waste of time.
Hey, what's up, Papa Swole?
What's up?
Hope you're doing good. It's Kobe from Australia. I just wanted to, know your thoughts on maltodextrin and if you've done much research into it. Just been looking into it, and basically it's a highly processed carbohydrate, and these companies that are putting out no sugar products are basically adding this stuff in. It's basically pretty messed up. It's basically got a higher glycemic index than glucose, as far as I'm aware. So I just wanted to know your thoughts on it. That's it pretty much. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks for the call. Yeah, I wouldn't eat that shit. I used to. It's usually put in products because raw ingredients for a lot of these things taste like absolute dog shit. But if they make it sweet, then people be like, ooh, electric jizz lemonade. Delicious. So yeah, eat some fruit. You want some sugar? Eat some fruit. Have some raw honey. There you go. You answering your own question. I appreciate you doing the research and looking into it and being aware of what you're putting in your body. That's huge. That's huge. All right, let's see here. Hold on a second. I got a burp.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
Nuntana, Papa Swole, I heard you said once to avoid coconut meat. What's the reason behind that? It's a nut, but I just think a lot of times, drinking the water, you just got to be careful when it comes to nuts and seeds. That's it. You see how it affects you, but I don't come across coconut meat frequently enough to give a shit. But coconut water is great as long as you're not getting added sugar and stuff like that. Coconut oil can be great for a lot of people. You get like organic, unrefined coconut oil. I use that for oil pulling at night when I floss my teeth and stuff like that. Good question. Good question. Nuts only belong on chins. Fucking facts. Reach. All right, this one's from Dimitri. Is it Dimitri or there's a G? Dimitrish? Dimitri. Dimitris. Dimitri. You're on the Daily Sleaze, my man.
Hello, Papa Swole. Just a quick question. Is it necessary to do cardio to lose belly fat? I mean, I'm not that fat, but I have some fat and I want to get rid of those love handles and would love to have a six-pack for the summertime. Or is more important to do exercising and a clean diet? Because I'm working 12-hour shifts and I don't have sometimes time to do cardio. Thank you.
Well, thank you for the question, Dimitri. Glad you called in. Appreciate the time. You definitely don't need cardio to lose fat. You don't need cardio to be lean. There's nothing wrong with cardiovascular activity and training and doing some of that. I think it should be used like a spice. I don't think it should necessarily be like the main focus of your 7 pillars. Eating clean. I don't really like the concept of eating clean because that perpetuates this idea that you need chicken and broccoli with no seasoning on it. It's just, and like flavorless food. And people think of it as restriction. Even though we talk about the elimination diet, people think of it as like, hey, I'm restricting myself from not eating all these different foods. If you get to the source of the 7 pillars, and you understand why you're eating what you're eating, then it's not restriction. You are actually eating in excess in terms of you're eating to satisfaction and you're eating to satiety in terms of nutrient dense foods. So forget the concept of eating clean. You want to be eating properly. So I'd recommend an elimination diet. Yes, lifting regularly and consistently. You could be practicing yoga. As long as you're getting all those 7 pillars, then you can add cardio as appropriately as it fits your programming in terms of active recovery. You could do sprints, you could do jump rope, you can do rowing like some people do. You can add these different aspects, but your foundation should be proper nutrition, proper strength training protocols, making sure you're doing active recovery and you're getting quality sleep every night. You're eating, anti-inflammatory foods. Like I said, practicing your mobility, meditating, surrounding yourself with quality people, staying focused and being consistent as fuck. So that's much more important. Good question. Stephanie, Papasoids, I hear you say there's mobility workouts on the website for ankles. I'm a hairstylist and on my feet all day. Well, first off, you need to be doing your yoga, but yeah, go to the masterclass section and check out the ankle, hip, and knee mobility masterclasses. People, if you're a member, do not sleep on the masterclasses. There are tons and tons and tons of videos in there that you're not going to want to miss. So absolutely, check those out. Zach, hey, Papa, I've been hitting... What we got? We'll take 1 or 2 more questions. Zach, I've been hitting the gym 5 days a week for 3 years now, put on a lot of muscle and size, but some fat. If I clean, bulked instead of cut and continue to strength train, would I lose body fat? What are you eating, Zach? These are just vague questions. It's more important to know what you're eating and what your lifestyle habits are like. What's your sleep like? What are you consuming? All these endocrine disruptors, right? Shampoos, conditioners, body lotions, deodorants, colognes. Those things, plastics in your environment, quality water. There's a lot of estrogens in water if they're not going if you're not filtering them, and it's really hard to filter them all out as is. There are a lot of things in our surroundings that environment. People underestimate the impact of your environment. Sunlight, very important. Vitamin D, all these things are very important to have proper hormone balance for men and women. All right, let's do, let's see, Dimitri, let's do one more question, one more call. Let's do one from Juan Jose. You're on the Sleazecast. Nice.
How you doing, Mr. Swole? Just wanted to ask, what type of pre-workout do you use and what protein do you use, or are you all natural?
Well, I wouldn't consider a pre-workout or a protein making you unnatural. But I haven't really done so much of like a whey protein or anything. You might want to try raw milk. Otherwise, get a grass-fed whey isolate. So I'm not sitting here like, yeah, you should do what I do. You should be doing an elimination diet and testing these things. When it comes to a pre-workout, sometimes I'll play around with, raw ingredients. I don't take any already pre-made pre-workout. But if you do things like citrulline malate or agmatine, betaine nitrate, you have, I say beta-alanine. These are like the raw ingredients that you'll find in a lot of these pre-workouts. Some of them actually can be beneficial depending on the type of exercise you're doing, but they're underdosed in most pre-workouts. So in terms of those types of things, you can supplement that with them raw, mix them up yourself if you choose to, but I would stay away from caffeine anhydrous. I would stay away from added caffeine. I would stay away from all those other stimulants. You don't need to be jacked up with 200 or 300 milligrams of caffeine. It's not good for you. If anything, drink some black coffee and fucking go to work or get better sleep. If you need pre-workout, like most people take pre-workout not for the raw ingredients. Most people take pre-workout to have energy. So all they're doing is sucking down caffeine. And if you need caffeine before a workout to have a good workout, you're not getting enough sleep. If you need that, you're not getting quality sleep. And that shines a light on your lifestyle habits and your time management. And a lot of people, that's much harder of a habit to change, is sleep quality, and getting on a good sleep schedule is probably one of the hardest things to do because your body gets so used to a pattern. And that has to do with dark room, cold room, no Wi-Fi, no cell phones, no blue light, in the evening, turning on red lights, getting rid of all the blue light, no phones, doing some kind of eating routine, yoga, meditation, things like that to downshift rather than taking supplements and stuff to help you sleep. But if you need a pre-workout, if you need like, oh my God, I can't train unless I have a pre-workout, you just have this like habit and addiction to what you're consuming, and it's a crutch. So if you can't train without it, then you shouldn't train with it. Kind of like what we talked about with guns, right? With firearms, you shouldn't, if you wouldn't go somewhere without a firearm, you shouldn't go there with one. So if you can't train without pre-workout, you shouldn't train with it. Why a cold room is just, it helps you sleep better. It's very evolutionary because as you go to sleep, your body will heat up. So it brings your body temperature down, allows you to get into a deeper sleep, but also it mimics like sleeping on the floor in the ground in a cave. And it's like how actually, the sun goes down, it gets cooler at night. It mimics it more. You'll sleep better in a colder room. And you could also do this, if let's say you can't get your room cold enough, you can take a nice cold shower before you go to sleep. Same reason why cold therapy, I wake up, when I first wake up, and you want the room to get warmer as you get up. So if you can automatically set your thermostat, you can have it get warmer. There's also these cooling pads that can get warmer, and you can program them to get warmer as you wake up. But when the sun comes up, it gets warmer and you'll wake up naturally. So you can actually have an automatic alarm clock just by like your bed getting hotter as you wake up. But when I first wake up, I go in the cold plunge for 2 to 3 minutes. That's a fucking hell of a way to start your day. Or you can jump in a cold shower. The worst thing to do is to go to sleep in a hot room. It's not good for you. You won't get quality sleep. And if you have trouble sleeping, you might also want to try like a weighted blanket. But personally, you want to go with everything cotton, or you want to stay away from polyester. You want to stay away from all these like synthetic bed products, which is really hard. You can get like a wool mattress. You can get, you don't want to be breathing in all these toxins while you're sleeping. I mean, the deeper you get into all this, it's a never ending rabbit hole. It's really hard to, I won't say it's really hard, but it takes a lot of effort and to be proactive in order to create your environment and create your environment in a manner in which it would behoove the human species better, because we live in such an artificial environment. Everything around us in terms of society, in terms of our holidays and our food choices, unless you're being active, you're going to be just pummeling yourself with garbage when it comes to all body products. This is where we talk about lotions, use beef tallow soap. You can get this all on Amazon. Just people don't look for it. They're not aware of it. They're not aware of the negative impact of all these chemicals. And that's why when people are like, hey, I'm eating 2,000 calories a day and I'm training like this and I'm getting sleep, how come I'm not losing fat? It's because you're also blocking up your pores. You're putting titanium dioxide and aluminum and all these other, estrogenic products all over your body. Your, parabens, phthalates, microwaving plastic. You're drinking low quality toxin coffee. There's a lot of different aspects to what you could be doing that's interrupting your body's endocrine system. And this is how your body functions in terms of insulin release, in terms of testosterone, in terms of estrogen, in terms of pretty much all your internal messaging is done. Most of it is done via the endocrine system. Your thyroid. So people fuck up their thyroid and wonder why their thyroid's fucked up. It's like, oh, they blame everything on their thyroid. Which came first? You damaging your thyroid for 20 years. And of course you have a thyroid problem. Oh, but now I'm fat because of my thyroid. You fucked up your thyroid for 20 years. And now your thyroid's fucked up. And now you're blaming your thyroid for your problems. PCOS, endometriosis, all these things are related to insulin resistance and lifestyle habits. But you go to the doctor, they're just going to want to put you on medication and tell you calorie restriction and blah, blah, blah. But, a lot of people that suffer from these, or quote, suffer from these issues, still eat like garbage, and they still expose themselves to all sorts of trash and wonder why they keep having problems. Okay, let's get into balls deep content, Beaches. Very nice. Good questions. Let's go.
That's deep.
We got to hustle up because we got overtime coming up in just a few minutes. So let's bang this out. First video. Let's see what we got here. Let's pick a video. Oh God, we'll do that one not first. Let's do this one. Ew. This one's called No Food Rules is Dumb. All right, here we go.
What's in the box?
No food rules.
Zero guilt. Let's make some homemade date caramel together.
Healthy caramel syrup made from dates.
Today, we're making
But
healthy
does it taste
caramel.
like it? Healthy caramel dip.
All right,
I use the minimalist baker's
How you doing, Mr. Swole? Just wanted to ask.
Why is that playing? I have no idea what's going on in this video. It's like a stitch of all these different...
And it's pretty easy. You just soak your dates in hot water. Then you just pop them in a food processor with a little water and salt until they're blended. But here's what no one tells you.
Oh my gosh.
This is taking forever. But have no fear, it will get to a caramely consistency after a little TLC. And then from there, you have your date caramel and you can eat it pretty much just like you would any other caramel sauce. I put mine in a little bowl and paired some apples with it. Alright, I also have a control sample. Okay, now this. Okay.
What is happening?
Compared to thoughts. It's good. Yeah, and it tastes reminiscent of caramel. It really does. But it's definitely not the same. Now this is a super fun thing to try, and it could be a little bit of Gent nutrition. There is a little fiber in there. There's also
I have no idea what the point of this video is.
nothing wrong with just buying this. I did, and it's almost gone. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't see guilt as an ingredient. This can be fun to try, but remember, no one food is healthy or unhealthy. And guilt is not an ingredient.
Okay, so we're gonna get. Okay, so we had to wait. No, we had to wait for the stupid shit. All right, so Matt Damon. He's a chick. No food rules. Of course, her whole business revolves around. There's no good or bad food. Absolutely, 1,000% there fucking is. That's just the most retarded thing you could possibly say. There are absolutely foods that are terrible for you. There are lots of garbage, fucking industrial waste products that are put in food. In most foods, actually. So there's absolutely good and bad foods. You're dumb. Okay, yeah, pay attention to people that look like they need a steak. If you desperately look like you need food, you're not a nutritionist. If you look like you're fucking starving yourself. So she looks very, very hungry for steak. And yeah, don't blend and grind up your foods. Everyone's like, oh, I made a smoothie. You're destroying you're just literally mainlining the sugar into your system when you're blending up and grinding up the foods. Everyone's like, well, when you eat the fruit, it's going to get, broken down. Yeah, but not at that same pace. Your body digesting normally will slow the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. So you're literally making it like you're drinking fucking soda when you're just destroying the fiber and blending that shit. But dates are good. If you're eating the actual date, you're actually eating a date. You're only going to eat a couple and then you're like, all right, I'm full. Okay, let's do this one. Here's a stitch. Here's a stitch. It's medical fat phobia. Stitch incoming. Oh my God. Man. Makeup is a thing, Makeup's a real thing. They make makeup. They make it. I know. They make makeup. Let's see a little Tainty Boy, Tainty Reprieve. Where's makeup when you need it? All right, here we go.
Someone please explain to me why I have eating disorder clients who are on the verge of needing.
So watch her original TikTok, but I can explain to you why. I can answer this. It's medical fat phobia. So here's the thing about fat phobia.
All right. So like we talked about yesterday, I don't dislike accents per se. I love accents. I mean, I like, I appreciate the differences. You can't choose how you're going to talk because you're born in a certain area of the world. That's fine. I don't mind accents. I respect the accents. I mean, I appreciate it. It's great. But like I said yesterday, doesn't change the fact that stupid shit can be said in any language, in any accent. And some accents make stupid shit sound stupider. Fact. This is one of those instances.
I think on this app, a lot of the time it's interpreted as people not wanting to be fat or being scared of being fat. But that's actually not what it is.
And the thing is, it confuses some people because like, oh, you sound like you're so proper because you're talking on an English accent or whatever you're from. But it just sounds stupid to me. I'm not making fun of your accent. I'm making fun of the stupid things that are coming out of your face hole with that sound profile. Okay.
This dietitian is explaining is fat phobia. What I mean by that is people that exist in larger bodies experience fat phobia in a different way.
If I hear exist in larger bodies 3 more times, I'm going to destroy my fucking taint. I'm just going to punch myself right in my fucking undergunch. Exist in larger bodies. You're just existing in a larger body. You're just in there. You're in there. Yeah, you're in there fucking eating cake. You're in there being lazy. You're in there with terrible lifestyle habits. That's what you're doing in there. You're just in there. I'm existing in a larger body. Oh, look at me. I'm in a larger body. That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Then people kind of think that they do. Right. So it's not all about people being like, ew, you're gross because you're fat, disgusting. It's actually the fact that we can't access resources like eating disorder treatment because medical staff or medical practitioners legitimately think that our disordered eating isn't valid because we're in a larger body. So when I looked
you definitely have an eating disorder. You just wear it on the outside. Like, we know you have an eating disorder. A lot of people that are anorexic, like, you can see that they have an eating disorder. Like that other chick that was like blending dates. Like, she needs a steak. If you're eating Taco Bell, you have an eating disorder. If you're if you're going to a fast food restaurant, if you're going through the drive-through, you have an eating disorder. Like, when it comes to fast food, if you're going to Burger King or Taco Bell, you have a fucking eating disorder. You know why? Because you're not eating real food. That's an eating disorder. You can get offended, you can disagree, totally fine. That's a disorder. You're literally eating industrial waste. So there's that. And like a crack dealer, you're just getting it handed to you outside the back of a fucking building. Let me drive around, just hand it to me. Yeah, give me my fucking grease. Give me my fucking vegetable oil. Give me my soybean oil. Yeah. All right, let's continue.
This, my doctor told me to just eat less. So I did. I ate less, and eventually I looked like this. So when I looked like this...
You look a lot better, by the way, but you probably didn't do it properly. If you're starving yourself, it's not good. Because in the first picture, she was fat and not eating nutrient void food, just eating too many calories. Then she ate less of the foods that are nutrient void. So now she has less micronutrition. So of course she's going to like crash out, feel depressed or feel sluggish. She looks like she's never gotten sun in her life. There's a lot of other factors here.
In less than a year from the photo I showed you just before, I got congratulated for it. I was so ill. I was so disgustingly unhealthy, but it didn't matter. And if I like brought up the fact that I thought that things were like escalating and it was out of control, and I'm not gonna like list what I did or like how bad it was, but like it was bad.
Of course,
I literally got told, yeah, but you're a really healthy weight now.
True.
So it's fine. I was having episodes of like sporadically like passing out at work, and I had to get a fit to return to work certificate because of.
Okay, so she was doing things wrong, and she's blaming the fact that she was that size. She looked great at that size. Objectively, she looks a lot better when she was not morbidly obese. She just did it improperly. Can you starve yourself? Yes. How do we know that? We've seen people in concentration camps. When you don't give humans food, they get rail fucking thin. Tragically so. So if you starve yourself, yeah, you'll lose fat, but you're going to be completely devoid of nutrients. You're going to have bone density issues. You're going to have hormone disruptions. You're going to have all sorts of problems. So you can lose body mass, but you also lost a lot of muscle. And you have a lot of other mental issues from that. So you did it wrong. A lot of people do things wrong. I haven't always been doing things as optimally as I am now, but that doesn't make the pursuit of health and fitness wrong. You just did it improperly. So now you're blaming the fact that you weren't super fucking fat.
And I literally went to get that fit to return to work certificate, and my doctor was like, yeah, I don't really know why you're passing out. Like, it's because I'm not eating. And even then, my doctor was like, yeah, but you know what? Like, I'm really, really impressed with like how much weight you've lost. So like, don't stress too much about it. And never escalated the fact that I was like super unwell. Anyway, fast forward, here's what I look like now. And like these. I'm active, I like lift weights, I hike with my dog, I like run around with my dog, I take him on walks every day, I at least do 10,000 steps, I work like a super active job. I'm like pretty healthy at the moment. And yet still, without knowing my history, without knowing that I had an eating disorder, medical practitioners will say to me, probably should eat a bit less, maybe lose a bit of weight. Because it's fat phobia. That's literally why. Not about your health. It's about your weight. It was never about your health, because when I was so unhealthy, it was like completely overlooked. And now I'm super healthy. I don't really have any medical complaints apart from like my long-standing asthma that I've always had and also had when I was skinny. And I still get told that I should lose weight, but for health. Fat phobia in general sucks, but when it's medical practitioners, it is so dangerous. And this is genuinely something we need to talk about.
Okay, it's absolutely not. Thank you for sharing.
Matt Damon.
Okay, if you're going to a medical practitioner for health, that's your first problem. You're going to the doctor for health. That's the problem. They do not know how to keep you healthy. They know how to prescribe you medication when you're sick. For fuck's sake. All right, last one here, and then we're going to go into overtime. Fam, this one is going to be horrific. It looks horrific. It looks scary. I apologize for your eye holes. It's going to be offensively blinding and blistering. So there's that. All right. Let's rest in peace, your fucking eyeballs.
What's in the box? That's a huge bitch.
All right, this one's called More Pronouns. Oh my God. This is a response to a question on TikTok that says, what's ghost pronouns? Oh my God. I can't seem to remember.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Holy shit.
Hi, so I know this was already commented in the last video. I'll tag the person who commented it in the description. But how I like to describe like the ghost pronouns is it's like a further deeper description of my gender personally. Another one of our alters, Gabe, he also uses ghost self sometimes. He could technically be considered a ghost because of his source, but also because of his source, he doesn't consider himself a ghost. But he uses it because of that. I personally use it because it's just more comfortable for me and better describes how my gender feels to me. But yeah, that's it. Okay, bye.
This is what happens when you get rid of asylums. This individual needs to be in a padded room. These people are not well. These people are not well. That is a serious mental condition. All this gender bullshit is literally just that. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's a desperate cry for love and attention because you're not getting it from your parents. You're not getting it from school. You're not getting it from university. You're not getting it from other people. You're socially isolated, especially in the last couple of years. And these disorders are just manifesting themselves. And unfortunately, you are able to mainline this insanity via TikTok and Instagram and social media. Insane people have always been out there. Like, I grew up in New York City. I was born in New York City. So I remember when I was little walking down the street and people would just be walking down like, no, fuck your shit, fuck your, fuck your shit. They'd just be talking to themselves. But they didn't have Instagram. They didn't have TikTok. Now these fucking people that just talk to themselves and are losing their fucking minds all have cell phones. They all have social media. That's the fucking problem. That's the fucking problem. They have access to the internet. And I'm not saying they shouldn't have access to the internet, but they should also have access to a fucking loony bin. They should literally be in a padded room and observed by a team of scientists as to figure out what the fuck could possibly have gone wrong to create a human being that thinks in this manner.
What you just said
That's insane. That
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
That's ridiculous.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response
fucking retarded
were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points.
Facts.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
All right, fam, we're about to switch over. My God, we're going to give away today's Swole card, hashtag FEF. We are going into overtime in just a few moments, so you can head on over right now into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. If you're a brand new member to the Swole fam, log into your account and go to your homepage. You'll see the 4 or 5 Telegram chats that we have. You're going to want to head into the Daily Swole Telegram chat for the live chat and the video. Or you can chat there and watch the video at the same time on your TV or computer inside Swole TV, but you could do it both right there on your phone inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat. So overtime is going down right now. Bonus segment right after we give away today's Swole card. So let's give that away. Holy fucking shit, man. Holy shit. We got a winner. Everyone, say congratulations to Karen LeBlanc. Karen LeBlanc. Now we're launching our brand new Swole Mates app. Karen LeBlanc, are you familiar with Alex Brabant? Maybe we can set you two up. I don't know if you're seeing anyone. And Alex Brabant, I don't know what your status is, but Karen LeBlanc. Karen LeBlanc, you have won 2 days. I just love the names. I love names. I love accents. I love leaning into it. It's a lot of fun. Karen LeBlanc, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2352. and send us your mailing address. In the body of the email, congratulations, Karen. Fam, it's time for OT. Let's fucking go. It's not this beach, and have a good time. Close it down. We'll take some soundboard requests. Everyone's heading on into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Remember, it's the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Not the Swole Fam Telegram chat. The Daily Swole. We're currently streaming live. We're about to go down to a Chinatown.
Chlorophyll? More like chlorophyll.
Matt Damon.
I'm your Huckleberry. That's just my game.
You made me happy.
Is Alex Brabant here? We're gonna hook you up.
Hadouken! Loud noises!
Oh, tainted man.
You went full retard, man.
Emotional damage!
My name's Forrest Gump.
Hello, baby.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Oh yeah, baby.
Fuck yeah!
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Overtime, baby. Going down for overtime. Here we go.
Mr. Strickland!
Don't forget to watch where the sun don't shine.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
Yeah.
Boom shakalaka! Chicks will dig you. Or dudes, or whatever gender thing you're into.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
Another example of cake gender would be if someone feels like they have different layers or flavors to their particular gender.
Who's got those gender flavors? I like Neapolitan. All right. Ooh, Rusty Spoon's at the buzzer.
I like to caress rusty spoons.
Ooh, Lizzo. We'll get that in a second. Piano cock time. Very nice. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's get a little Lizzo here in the house.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
Ah, fam, we got overtime going down right now inside Swolenormous X. Let's fucking go. It is time. OT, 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 OT. Going down for OT. Going down to overtime town. Going down to overtime town? Does that work? Does that make sense? It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to. Fam, head on into the Daily Swole Telegram chat and Swole TV, and we're going to get this going right now. We'll see you there. Beaches will get started in 2 minutos. So you have time to head on over there. I see a lot of you over there. Heidi, Frank, Elizabeth, Nancy, what's up, Brett, Cerny? Let's fucking go. We'll see you over there in overtime. And of course, we will see you tomorrow for Swole Slut Saturday. All those links to everything we talked about in today's episode down below. SwoleNormousX.com. Join the fam today, and we will see you tomorrow for 23:53. Peace, Mageese, Deuce, Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 oh. Out. Overtime, overtime, overtime. Ho, 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 ho.
I just wanna win on the low, like